Hello everyone and welcome to Chat with Nene Alice. If this is your first time tuning in to Chat with Nene Alice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comment. Viewers, I also want to let you know that we are chasing 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go to the red button and subscribe, and also give the video thumbs up. So that's the plea I have for you today, so please don't forget to do that. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first person to know whenever I post any new video. So viewers, today we are going to talk about the Sierra Leone Action Network on Small Arms. And we have Adenike Cole, who is the coordinator for the Sierra Leone Action Network on Small Arms. But before I allow her to introduce herself and then we get into the conversation, I just want to give you a little bit of a background about the Sierra Leone small arms, the work on small arms in Sierra Leone. We all know that between 1991 and 2002, we went through one of the deadliest rebel war. And that rebel war left nearly 500,000 people displaced, and at the same time, over 50,000 people were dead. And throughout the Civil War, we realized that there were several different armed groups who were coming up, and all of them were trying to protect their territory. And in doing that, we know there were so many proliferation of arms and weapons all over the place. And you know what happened? So many people were killed. Some people were used, as protection or as shield. And there were lots of violations, human rights violations. And so SLANSA came up as a civil society organization that will work together with the Sierra Leone Commission on Small Arms, so that together we can be able to talk about ammunition management and at the same time we protecting the rights of people. So I have with me Adenike Cole, who is the coordinator for the Sierra Leone Action Network on Small Arms, and I wanted to introduce herself and then we can take the conversation from there.
Hello viewers, I am Adenike Cole, coordinator for the Sierra Leone Action Network on Small Arms. Thank you, Nene Alice, for having me today.
Thank you. Adenike is a friend of Chat with Nene Alice, so I think she's happy to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so Adenike, we want for take the talk go before. And one of the questions I want for ask, what's in SLANSA and what's in SLANSA be about?
Thank you, Alice. Just like the name is Sierra Leone Action Network on Small Arms, and a part of an international body where you get the International Action Network on Small Arms, and then you get the regional body where you get WANZA, when at the West African Network on Small Arms, and we specific to Sierra Leone. And SLANSA born out of the post-war situation, wherein we may get to call a moratorium, where I go call like a ban on arms and ammunition, and they look at not only Sierra Leone, don't forget, say during the war, Liberia self may go through you, and the history of the war tell me what how gone they may pass from Salone, Liberia, Guinea, Ivory Coast. The research they tell you say all of the arms there where they use as Salone, some of them don't pass from Ivory Coast and other places. So ECOWAS and come together and say, look, this fight is not about one country, it's about a regional approach for use. So if we all join hand, they don't go pull gun at Guinea or Liberia or Ivory Coast and just bring and come. And when you land at the wrong hand, it could be problem. And so from that engagement begin from non-state actors. So SLANSA was born out of that in 2001.
Oh, okay. What I want for ask back again, now that what's the progress we don't make so far on arms control, because that ain't be the purpose we make when I come together as an action network. So what's the progress we don't make so far in terms of arms control?
SLANSA don't make a lot of progress, even though I was not there when it was born, but it don't make a lot of progress. One tangible one at the establishment of the Small Arms Commission, because part of within SLANSA in work, they do a lot of work around advocacy, and so it engage the government, successive governments, that look, we need to get a commission when are Ingo responsible for ammunition and weapons management, license of weapons and everything, and its related materials. So in 2010, SLANSA succeed, and the commission was set up because initially it was like just a desk in the president's office, and then they under the Office of National Security. But in 2010, it became an independent body, and we see how much the commission only do. So that now one major thing where SLANSA don't succeed in. SLANSA also don't succeed in engaging other organizations. It can be different organizations because even women's organization, the way they become, a lot of women they become affected because by the misuse of weapon. The one thing I want to say, Alice, is that even in the hands of the legitimate people like police and the military, a gun is not good because what they do at the end of the day, life they go. And so SLANSA don't make all of that. SLANSA don't do a lot around information and communication because they can weather laws they can do. The granny na kubola, the anti wedding na zimi, they not sabi. So they do a lot of popularization. For let we take onto the people in the local dialect, engage them so that we go know their issues there and make them know say their laws they are there because ignorance of the law is no excuse.
I also want to say any lesson then the way we don't learn from the control of small arms or even for the disarmament process.
Yes, there are lots of lessons there because anything you do, you must forget must get lessons. One of the things that we don't really come up with the issue of arms, like we realize say arms say they in people and not really because they want to kill people there, but sometimes because of socioeconomic reasons. Some man feel unprotected, they want for protect himself, and some man he hold the gun for do business. Some you get hunters them, you get people the way they hold them gun for them and go hunt. So then they use them as a means of livelihood for go with him. Then you get the craft producers, you get a lot of blacksmiths that we still there we meet where they make gun. And then people and they where they make them gun then they boku. You know, they're not fabricators, they make things for their agricultural implements. But the money when they derive from the gun where they make it far above what they will get when they make wheelbarrow or trowel or whatever is the rake or hoe. So if I now say some of their reasons and they hold on to the gun. Then past ways the way either NGOs or other non-state actors they approach the way they don't use, like for able to get gun. We don't get issues of trust. We don't become compromised one kind way. Then we get projects where they tell people and say, if you can't give even your gun, we they give you this. And unfortunately, for one reason or the other, their institutions they don't be able to measure up as they promise. So some people they still keep them gun them, you know. And again, when they do the DDR, a lot of people and they take them gun and give them trade. But some of the trade the way they do, some of them not able to last long with them. A lot of them going to garage dying as you like it. And what happened? You get international people they can and take them garage in there and go make them. And when they cancel them back in the salon, it was far cheaper. So you would make them with cotton fabric, which was a far better quality. Then we go out of Salat, you see PISP flood the market. So it mean gets that economic implication there. And so what happened? They all go back into bike riding because they want quick money. And not forget say them we don't use for the loots and they make most of the ex-combatants don't use for the get that quick money, then count and get you with the gun and get money. So that like you find out say bike riding with all of the challenges where they get traffic wise, you they really understand say most of them were really ex-combatants. So coming back, if we really get for do the disarmament, there are a lot of things where they go really need for look into, especially in terms of the skills that they are giving, making them employable, because most of them they are either unemployable or underemployed.
Okay, all this talk where you don't talk. The question where I be want for ask you: we get any act of parliament where SLANSA they work with, or where they guide the work on they do?
Well, basically, like the commission get an act, and because not forget say what we they do complements the commission's work. We as non-state actors, we do the advocacy, information and communication, lobbying and what's not. And once the commission is established, now in the legal entity, we're responsible for weapons and ammunition management. So basically, what we they do now for day by my side for every day, for make sure say the work, because as non-state actors, we can able bail and lobby even at international level, whether not able or get access. So we they work very closely with them. So That's now one. Then you get the Arms Elimination Act of 2012, where also they talk about generally how the issues of arms and ammunition act. You get treaties them where Salome don't sign, like the ATT. So like now we they do a lot around the ATT in terms of education, lobbying, and not very long from now we want for engage parliament for because we they look at making Sierra Leone ATT fully compliant. We're gonna make not so small arms and light weapons we talk about the other big gun and conventional weapons there. And in there is a possibility that in making Sierra Leone fully compliant, the commission in name will change from Sierra Leone Commission on Small Arms or just on arms. We go take care of every kind of arm.
Okay. The other two I want for talk, all which you don't talk so it good. But the other two I want for talk about now this Guinea situation. How you see it?
Well, this Guinea situation, honestly, it's a threat. Because if you consider the porosity of the borders, we get multiple border entry points. And we will not talk about the official one there. It's over 30 or 40 border entry points where we get via Guinea, via Liberia. So it's a very serious threat. And we really they engage with people there for letting them on their toes. Now, one challenge is that the commission is not fully decentralized. Now, the United Nations, ECOWAS, through the UNDP and the Okwati project, don't support them for letting them go get 2 regional offices, one in Bo and then in Makeni. But then it's not enough. But unlike Office of National Security, it's fully decentralized in every district, every chiefdom. So they can engage the Director of Border Security, and they were having a lot of meetings and engagement, a lot of conversation. And they also, I don't tell and say, sometimes take us along. It is not about the issue of per diem, it's about getting things done. We need to engage our people because in all of this, if Kuskase be problem, they be made the Lord forbid, it is our people, it's our children and the youth. So if we begin for use our community people, then border patrols then, make them be continue for serve as whistleblowers, do that neighborhood watch, it could go a long way. So it's an early warning, yes, for let we don't just say, oh, it's their problem, it is our problem. Because minus the insecurity, it also gets social economic implications. You know, say, if where there's this, we get cold, fresh cold. Because most of what we have come from Guinea.
So thank you so much for all this information where you don't give me. And also we need to take this conversation forward. Yeah. So we want to say thank you to Adenike for where don't share all of this. One of the things where he talk now, the neighborhood watch, particularly this thing we don't be in Guinea, let no get a spillover. Yeah. So I hope so we all go be we comping in Watchman so that second kind of couple they are not go come over to win and we continue again. Thank you so much, Adenike, and thank you viewers for tuning in to Chat with Nene Alice. If this is your first time tuning in, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comments. Thank you so much and have a pleasant day.